Hey guys, Sickness here, and I just got back from seeing Seven Psychopaths, and I'll try to make this review pretty quick, because I don't know what made me decide to do this out in the car. It's kind of cold out here right now, so I don't really feel like being out here, so let's just get right down to it. The movie, it was great. I actually really enjoyed the film, more so than I was necessarily expecting, especially when it first started out. And the reason for that being is because the very first scene is very dialogue driven, and I started to think, is this going to be your typical, just a very typical sort of movie like this? Just a very dialogue driven movie, a very much the Quentin Tarantino kind of rip off. That's really what I was expecting, and I thought to myself, well, I'm probably going to like the movie, but it is probably going to just be very stereotypical, and I'm probably just going to go, okay, I've seen a movie like this 100 times before. But as the movie progressed, it became something a lot more, and it wasn't just your very stereotypical movie. It actually became something really good. And the whole premise of the movie is all about Colin Farrell. And he's actually a film writer, and he's kind of in a bit of a slump. He's having a hard time writing a movie, and he has this idea called the Seven Psychopaths. And it's about, obviously, seven psychopaths. But he wants to do things different. He doesn't want to make it all, guns and violence. And he wants to basically make a movie about seven psychopaths who are actually pacifists, which really makes no sense. And even he admits it. He's like, he has this one really funny line in the movie where he basically, is saying that they're pacifists, and he has no idea what any of these people are going to do in his movie, which is great. It's really funny. The whole movie is just hilarious. It does have a lot of great dialogue, and it just has a lot of great quotes in the movie. Just very, very funny, very sarcastic, very witty, it's very British. From what I'm told, this actually is from what I looked up, actually, this is like a British film is what it's considered. And rightfully so. It has a lot of British type of humor. It's very dry and very witty humor, not necessarily American humor. The cast is fantastic. This is one of those all-star lineups. Like, everybody in the movie is perfect. They're all extremely funny. They're all great actors. I love Woody Harrelson in this movie. He is just amazing. He's been picking his roles brilliantly recently. He just seems to be in just good movie after good movie. And he hasn't been in a ton. He just does, movies every couple years, but the ones he picks are great. He does really good roles. And this one, he blows it away. He does a fantastic job in it. I'm not going to go through everybody in the movie, but they're all just fantastic. Of course, Christopher Walken does a great job, but again, everybody's just brilliant in the movie. So throughout this process of Colin Farrell trying to write this movie, turns out his best friend in the movie is actually a bit of a psychopath himself, gets him involved with other completely nut jobs, and he ends up coming in contact with seven psychopaths, or, bit of a spoiler alert, we find out at the end, actually 6 psychopaths. But it's just great the way he comes in contact with these people, and the trailer for the movie would have you think the whole movie is about basically dog kidnapping. It's not. That's just one of the subplots in the movie, which again is hilarious. And the whole dog kidnapping thing is how Woody Harrelson comes into play, and it's kind of how people meet people, and how Colin Farrell ends up getting actually kind of involved with all these nut jobs. A lot of it has to do with the whole dog kidnapping thing. So this doesn't play a huge, it's weird. It's one of those like subplots that plays a really big role, but at the same time it kind of doesn't, because it basically, the role it plays is setting things up, but it's not necessarily something really major, the whole dog kidnapping thing, but at the same time it kind of is, so it's sort of weird. But the like I said, the trailer would have had you think that's what the whole movie's about, but it's really not. I also like how, as Colin Farrell is talking about kind of what he wants to do in the movie, the movie we're actually watching sort of unfolds that way. He says, he wants this in the movie, and we kind of end up seeing that. He says he wants these characters, and we end up meeting these characters. He says at one point he wants the whole beginning of the movie to start off very stereotypical, and then towards the end just be some guys basically going out to the desert and talking, and that's pretty much what we get at the end. Which sounds boring, but it's not. It completely works out. We at the last half of the movie is a bunch of guys basically, 3 guys in a desert talking and stuff, but it's hilarious, and it really pays out at the end. So, again, it was a fantastic, fantastic film. I would definitely say check it out. If you like things like the Guy Ritchie gangster films like Snatch, Lock, Stock, Revolver, you like those type of movies, You got to be a Quentin Tarantino fan for this as well. If you like Quentin Tarantino movies, very dialogue-driven movies, you're gonna love this. It's definitely a fan again for like Quentin Tarantino and Guy Ritchie fans. People who like those movies are going to really enjoy this one, and I definitely would say check it out. Is it something you need to see in theaters? Not necessarily. As I said many times before, when it comes to seeing movies in theaters, I think things that are really epic with giant explosions, loud noises, lots of things going on. I mean, the Harry Potter movies, Star Wars, things like that. Maybe like really epic action movies and stuff like that. Like movies like that just really take advantage of what the theater has to offer. Those are movies that I say definitely see in a theater that are worth it because they do take advantage of the theater. But a movie like this, a movie that's just a really fun, dry, witty kind of crime slash like gangster slash comedy, you don't necessarily need to see this in the theaters. So I would say if you're a theater goer, yeah, sure, check it out. If you're the kind of person who goes to theaters all the time, see the movie. It's worth it. It's a great movie. But if you're the type of person who doesn't go that often, you'd rather just buy a movie or even rent it, yeah, I would definitely say then just hold off. There's no reason you have to see this in the theaters. You can just wait to either rent it or buy it. I recommend buying it because it was that good. Again, if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan or a Guy Ritchie fan, buy it. Pick the movie up. You'll enjoy the hell of it. You'll want it in your collection. But otherwise, just definitely give it a rent because it was a really good film and one I would definitely recommend. It was a hell of a lot of fun. I didn't feel like I wasted my money at all. The wife actually saw it with me, and my wife is pretty picky when it comes to the movies, and she loved it too. She was cracking. She laughed more than I did. I mean, she was just bawling the entire time, and again, rightfully so. There's a ton of just really fun, witty dialogue in this, and it cracks you up the entire time. Just some of the situations they get themselves into. It is hilarious, and even though it is, sort of a, action-y slash gangster movie kind of, it is extremely funny all at the same time. Once again, like a Quentin Tarantino movie or a Guy Ritchie film. It just, has that great dry, witty humor, but with some great fun action and gangsters as well. So, a fantastic movie. Definitely check it out. And I'm freezing, so I'm going to go inside now. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time I go to the movies. Bye.